Hi everyone, this is Master Jason from Fight Ready Defense. Also a good shout out here to our Folsom area at our school here at Folsom Martial Arts Center. But this is for everyone out here who's seen that little video part that we've seen with someone grabbing somebody's hair and yanking this young lady around the corner. It was extremely violent watching. And what we want to do is we want to share some things with you, how to possibly defend that, and then talk to you about some different things as far as like possibly different scenarios, because that's kind of a domestic violence situation. In a domestic violence situation, there's different kind of mindsets going on. Sometimes it's about not injuring, or you don't want to hurt the other person, in this case like your boyfriend or your husband, an ex or something like that. And a lot of ladies have that fear that they don't want to hurt somebody, or maybe their child's right there with them, beside them, and so, you know, fighting back, they don't want to necessarily do things that are going to injure the other person, and that child has to see it, or even for themselves, they don't really want to inflict that that injury or that harm onto somebody else. Now, just to kind of talk about that just briefly before we get into the technique itself, is the thing is really, you got to think about this. There's more options than just attacking somebody back. If attacking someone back really is what you want to do, then attack. Be decisive about it. If you want to escape the situation, then run and escape away from it. In the video or that little clip that you saw right before this, then there would have been a couple different options for that person if they didn't get away. It was very telegraphic as far as you knew what that person was going to do. You knew that they were going to grab her hair, so you could see it on the video where he was reaching out and going for it. So he was already reaching up for that. She did try to look like she tried to defend it a little bit, but we're going to talk about really something as far as like to really defend it, and some key things to really help you really get that. So the thing that we want to teach is what we call the rhino in here, and the rhino is used to help us defeat at least two of the ways that people try to attack you. And for ladies, it's not just this hair pull and they're yanking on you. It's also being able to understand that two things happen. Either someone tries to strike you, or they try to grab you. So those are two ways, and the most common ways that people try to attack you. So the rhino, I'm going to have Jackie show this. Okay, so the rhino, facing that camera, Jackie. So the rhino is us getting our hands up. So getting our hand up in our elbow in front of this. And from here, what we do is then we start to sweep away. But first, let's learn how to get our hand up. So Jackie's going to show you as far as like, from your ready position. So the lady in that film, you can see she turned around. So even if you're going to like turn around and just kind of bend your knees or hands are down, whichever, but getting your hand up into your rhino. So watch Jackie do it from there. So get your hand up into the rhino. Okay, so you can see, just practicing this at home all by yourself. You don't need a lot of things. Just learning how to get your hands up. So your hand up, and then for this one, go ahead, Jackie, there. Is this hand is up over here, so this way you can sweep on this side if they try to reach around or something from there. This one covers your face just in case they try to hit you. So let me show you a little bit as far as like here. The rhino comes up, and it could be defending against a punch. The rhino comes up and trying to grab your hair, right? Now your hands are kind of in the way of your hair, really. So they're up. I have a little bit, it's hard, I'm grabbing your hand now versus your hair. And then from here, when you grab up, then you can sweep away, okay? So let's just talk about how to practice that a little bit. So face the camera, Jackie, okay? Now just practicing on bring the elbow up and there, good. Nice. You can do the sweep away at the end, or just practicing first getting your hands up. First get your hands up to here, then go back to your ready position, okay? Then getting your hand back up, back to your ready position, and then your hands back up, okay? Nice. Now, practicing this, if you have a friend or a spouse at home or somebody that you want to practice with, you can just use an open hand and just use it to as far as like to grab, all right, or to hit, strike first, and then learning how to grab next, and then almost like you're trying to high five their face, right? Boom, that's in front of their face. Boom, in front of their face. Oh, this way you're working on that, kind of like you're trying to slap them on the side, slap them on the side. So you see, there's no right or wrong to how you're putting it up, because this hand is still defending this one, and this hand over here, don't move, Jackie, keep your hands here. This one is still defending over here too. Now, if they try to grab your hair here, then you can start to sweep out. Okay, on this one, if I grab your hair, start to sweep out. So just practicing now, there, okay? So now just stand in front of the camera again, Jackie. Now the hand coming up and then sweeping out, good. Or the other one, sweeping out the other side, good. And go ahead, defend up. Now look, you could sweep with this side, or you could sweep with that side. So working on that sweep. And those would have been two great things to be able just to kind of go from there. Now, what you could do from that point on is understanding after you sweep out how to maybe escape, okay? So a good thing to do is like if someone's trying to grab your hair, okay? They're reaching. You can tell they're reaching for your hair. Sweeping out, yes. And not thinking about, you don't want to attack. An attack is a completely different thing, and that's a completely different video that we talk about as far as attack. Maybe you just want to run away. So in this case, escaping past them, all right, and trying to maybe run. So this time, Jackie's going to just sweep away and just run around me, okay? So I try to grab her hair, sweeping away, and then getting around, and then I have to turn and start to engage again. Now, that's what this young lady was doing, is she was trying to run away. In this case, I would have argued possibly that she did not have an opportunity to run away. She needed to launch an attack to maybe, you know, kind of end the situation, then gave herself more time to go find this place or find some place where she could have maybe got somebody to answer the door, and then they would have let her in, and then they could have helped her to safety. But that's what we believe is one of the best things to do, is to have that defense up and the defense up. Now, some people might be asking, okay, well, what would have you done if she would have grabbed her hair? Or now in this case, they grabbed her hair and he started to yank her down, and then you saw her, he was dragging her basically. What do you do at that point? So I think what we'll do is we'll end it here, but go to the next video on this, and we're going to discuss that a little bit with you as far as what to do in those things.